Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Seton Catholic High School here in Chandler, Arizona, where this morning, no, it's not the Seton Catholic Sentinels, but it is indeed the Knights of St. Mary's High School taking on the visiting Seagulls of Seaside High School out of Oregon. Well, these two teams, they connected a year ago, and for Seaside, it's starting to become a regular thing. And why wouldn't you want to come down to Chandler, Arizona towards the end of March? Usually the weather is gorgeous. It's spring break time for the boys and girls up in Oregon, and they're going to play a little bit of softball. And indeed, we will get to see St. Mary's, a team that we don't get to see often, as indeed St. Mary's is at the 4A level and Seton Catholic dropped down to the 3A, but those two teams still obviously very much a huge part of what goes on in Valley softball. The home team will be St. Mary's. They will sport the green pants with the white tops. For Seaside, they'll send Jahara Marshall to the plate. She's the shortstop, and indeed Marquez delivers the first pitch, and it is a called strike. It comes at 8:57 Arizona time. Marquez kicks and deals. The 0-1 is outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. It's called the circle. It's not a mound in high school softball. Marquez 3-3 on the year. The wind, the deal, tapped off of the glove of the pitcher into the hands of the shortstop, but Mejia has no play, and that will be a leadoff single for the Seagulls. So leadoff lady aboard for Seaside. Grace Walker will be the hitter. Grace Walker not playing the field. She will just hit in that 2 spot. First pitch in the dirt, 1 ball and no strikes. Quick throw down, but getting back is Marshall. Chris Corder, the head coach for the Seaside Seagulls. Say that several times fast, and I am going to challenge myself to do so. Walker digs in, swing and a miss. Taking second on the play will be Marshall. Seagulls sporting the, do you call it a light blue, a powder blue? 0-1, and she misses the bunt. No balls and 2 strikes. Where is Seaside, Oregon, you may ask? It's about 90 minutes northwest of Portland, right along the coastline. Perfect name, Seaside. The pitch. Swing, and that is popped up. Going out as the second baseman, Milstead. She'll make the catch for the first out of the game. 1 gone. Next hitter will be Carly Corder. Carly Corder is the pitcher for the Seagulls. Right-handed hitter. Marquez checks her wristband. Swing, and that is hit through the left side of the infield for a base hit. Circling third is Marshall. Here comes the throw home, and it is not in time. Head first dive for Marshall, giving Seaside the 1-0 lead. Credit Corder with the RBI single. She'll take second on the throw. Next up is Allie Corder. Allie Corder, the first baseman. Corder, a senior. Her younger sister, the sophomore, Carly, is a sophomore. Sophomore-senior combination, and their dad is the head coach. First pitch is taken up, 1 ball and no strikes. St. Mary's, record of 10 wins and 9 losses out of the 4A Desert Sky region. Fouled off. Very windy day here in Chandler. The American flag off on the right side of the playing surface, definitely blowing quite a bit. And as crazy as it sounds, they actually had, and I don't know if it's still in effect, a brief ground stoppage over at Sky Harbor Airport this morning because of the windy conditions and some slight fog. That pitch is ruled high. Garcia, Shager, and Carveo left, center, and right. Marquez deals. Blocked by the catcher Hernandez. Mariana Hernandez, I will always say that catchers at the high school level, they don't get their just due, whether it's softball or baseball. They save a lot of wild pitches. That's in the dirt, gets away from the catcher, as I say, saving a wild pitch. And now hustling down to second, just like that, is Allie Corder. She caught the entire defense napping. So taking third on a wild pitch is Marshall. And I believe we're going to have a courtesy runner, and that's going to be Khalil Marshall. She's going to be the courtesy runner for Allie Corder, who drew the walk. Mackenzie Haig is the batter. Two men on for the Seagulls. One run already in. Umpire jotting down the courtesy runner. And I can tell you we're going to see a lot of courtesy runners. You just see that quite a bit. High school baseball, high school softball for the catcher or pitcher. First pitch is inside, 1 ball and no strikes. And in this case, the courtesy runner is actually for the first baseman. Swing and a miss. Just underway here in Chandler, Arizona. Seaside has already pushed across a run. RBI single by Carly Corder. Scored Jahara Marshall. The pitch is a strike. A ball and 2 strikes. Haig standing in the center of the batter's box. In the dirt, blocked again by Hernandez. Team earned run average for St. Mary's 5.96, so they're going to give up some runs. Michael Espinosa is their head coach. The pitch. Swing, bouncing ball back to the pitcher, and they're going to throw wide of the first baseman, Seardan. 1 run is in. Here comes a potential second run. The high throw is late, and Seaside taking advantage of all types of miscues by the Knights defense, and they are now ahead 3-0, and they leave home plate unattended, and it is a 4-0 Seagulls lead. Michael Espinosa is not happy. You could hear the 3 words that he said, "Get in here," telling his defense to wake up. You figure that's a multiple base error in a sense of the pitcher really had the runner dead to rights, hung up between third base and the plate, but they throw to first. That's wide of the bag, and everybody ultimately scores. And when I say everybody, we're talking about the batter included. Not something you see often. Because in reality, a softball field is not that big. Olivia Morse will be the hitter. Morse, the second baseman for the Seagulls. Good bunt. Bunt is going to stay in the playing surface, but it does roll foul. Charging on the play was Hughes, Emily Hughes. They definitely have the infield thinking about a lot of things. I can tell you this Knights defense, the infield, has a lot on their mind right now, from the coach to the batter. Swing, and that's a bouncing ball to the third baseman, Hughes. The throw is high, but it's pulled in by Seardan for out number 2. 2 gone, much needed out for St. Mary's. And Tara Spivey will be the batter. Spivey, the third baseman. She played third base in last year's contest when we saw them play Seton Catholic. Swing and a miss. Marquez deals from the circle. It's a very breezy day at 9 a.m. start. Actually got started a few minutes early, 8:57. Oh, 1 is upstairs, 1 ball and 1 strike. Marquez kicks and deals very high. So early I can truly say, and this may come across corny, I've got all my dogs with me. I got Leonard, the official dog of Seton Catholic, Apollo Hutchison to my left, the athletic director, Jim Stubridge, to my right. Shoebridge. I want to make sure I get that name right, that's for sure. Definitely a good morning. Got to chat with the new football coach for Seton Catholic earlier. Got a tour of the gorgeous facility as that pitch is bounced in foul territory. A lot of good things happening here at Seton Catholic High School. Hosting games that don't even involve their own softball team. I think that's awesome. Hosting St. Mary's and Seaside. As Marquez issues a walk to Spivey, she'll jog down the first. Ella Brendan will be the hitter. Brendan, the center fielder. First pitch is lined up the middle into center field, base hit. Stopping at second is Spivey. Hit number 3 for the Seagulls. And the 9th batter of the frame will step to the plate. That's Chloe Baker. Baker, the left fielder. Swing and a miss, strike 1. And while we've not seen Seaside take the field yet, they seem like the team that's played 19 games already. And St. Mary's looks like they've only played 2. That pitch is a called strike. St. Mary's 10-9 on the year. Seaside looks like they actually have had a 3rd game. 0-2 coming down to Arizona. They played over at the Mesa Athletic Grounds yesterday, picking up a win. And that is a called strike 3, and the inning is complete. But it was a frame in which the Seagulls scored 4 times. The Knights coming to bat. It's a 4-0 contest. This is the Seton Catholic Sports Network. Home half of inning number one. Seaside with a 4-0 advantage over the St. Mary's Knights, as it will be Meredith Shager to start things off for the Knights. Shager, the center fielder, 500 hitter. And St. Mary's with 19 games, she's getting a healthy number of at-bats. First pitch, swing and a miss. Leadoff hitter with 16 runs batted in. So, yeah, she can put the bat on the ball. Quarter winds up. Swing and a miss. 2 quick strikes. The young ladies in the St. Mary's dugout standing, cheering. Quarter twirls that fluorescent colored softball. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 3 pitches, and there is one gone. The batter will be Annalisa Mejia, the shortstop. Mejia batting at .442. 8 runs batted in. First pitch is ruled high, 1 ball and no strikes. It is always interesting when you get to broadcast a softball game. The girls just come up with random cheers, truly pulling for one another. And that is a strike. Seaside truly enjoying their time here in Arizona. They enjoy coming down here. Spring break time for them. Swing, and that is stroked into the glove of the second baseman Morse for out number 2. Mejia hit the ball well, but right at the infielder. This brings up Emily Hughes. Hughes carries a .400 batting average. First pitch is a ball, 1-0. In a time in which so many people wear different styles of uniforms and variations, Seaside truly is uniform. They all sport the high blue socks. That's a strike. Just gets to the top of that, or the bottom of the strike zone. You see the sock variation and the pant leg variation a lot more in baseball than you do softball. Fastball is right there. Carly Quarter has retired the first 2. Looking to set the Knights down 1-2-3. In the dirt. And that is right down Broadway for the final out of the inning. 3 up, 3 down. We've played 1 full from Seton Catholic. Knights 4. The Seagulls for the Knights nothing. This is the Seton Catholic Athletic Network. 9 batters stepped to the plate in the first inning, which means we'll start off with the top of the order. Jahara Marshall will begin things here in the second inning. Marshall opened the game with a single, took second and third on wild pitches, and scampered home on an RBI single by Carly Corder. First pitch is low, 1-0. Marquez, as we said, 3-3 on the year. That's stroked foul off to our left and out of play. And for the Seagulls, they will have a off day tomorrow and then come back to this very field and play not once but twice. 3:30 start against Seton Catholic, 6 o'clock start against Valley Christian. Upstairs. Marquez from the circle, swing, and that's fouled off. Marquez, as you can see, does not wear the face cage. That's something that so many young ladies in the circle do. In the dirt, nor does she wear a visor. That's usually a staple. A lot of times you'll see some type of combination of the ribbon in the hair, the face cage, and a visor. Marshall digs in the batter's box. She awaits the pitch. Swing, and that is smacked into left field. That's a base hit, skips off of the glove of Garcia. It rolls to the wall. Taking second on the play, she's not stopping there. Marshall is going for third, and she will come up with the 3-base hit. Aggressive base running by the Seaside Seagulls in this contest so far.
I'll get more.
Garcia not able to haul it in. It took kind of a weird bounce. Definitely not a bounce in her favor. And Grace Walker is the hitter. She misses the bunt, but nothing doing. No balls and 1 strike. Walker digs in. Swing, bouncing ball out to the shortstop Mejia. She will throw on the first for out number 1. The 6-3 putout results in another run for the Seagulls. It's now a 5-0 advantage as Marshall scores for the second time this morning. Carly Corder is the hitter. Corder delivered an RBI single in the first inning. One ball and no strikes. Glad you could join us this morning. 5-0 advantage for Seaside. Lays off of that pitch, but it finds the zone. Carly settles in. Swing, and that is hit past the shortstop, and it is past the left fielder as well. Circling first and pulling into second base is Carly Corder. And I will say that St. Mary's not having the best of fielding days. Runner at second with just 1 gone. And here is Allie Corder. One ball and no strikes. She'll take the strike, and it's fair to say Seaside in the first inning plus has scored more runs in this game than they did in their entire trip here to Arizona last year over the course of 4 games. Swing, and that's fouled off. Just very aggressive. Hitting the ball, taking advantage of both physical and mental errors by St. Mary's. The count is 1-2. Quarter looks at the pitch low. And taking third on the play is Carly Quarter. They're running. I mean, this team is going to really take advantage of everything offered in this contest. And that is hit past the shortstop, and it will roll to the wall. Coming in to score is Carly Quarter, and taking second on the play is Allie Quarter. It's a 6-0 Seaside advantage. And I would imagine we may see the courtesy runner again, similar to what we saw last time, but perhaps not. And now Michael Espinosa, the skipper for St. Mary's, he comes out to have a quick word with the umpire. Not sure exactly what they're discussing. Whatever it is, it's going to be shared with Chris Quarter as well. Not sure. My only thought is perhaps sometime time is called and sometime it's not, but they seem to be pointing out towards the outfield. And right now, Hernandez is going to have a quick chat with Marquez. Quick little powwow on the mound, and now the 3 outfielders, they're going to converge. It looks like Allie Quarter is going to stay out there. But again, I'm not sure what the official delay is, and you can see the base umpire. He's just standing there at the shortstop position. So there's nothing really that he seems to be concerned with. So it can't really be a playing surface issue. So when play resumes, we'll have Allie Quarter at second. 2 runs already in. Mackenzie Haig to the plate. 1 out here in the second inning. Seagulls have come out hitting and running. Swing, bouncing ball out to the shortstop. Mejia looks the runner back to throw to second. Not in time. It skips past the first baseman. Circling third and stopping there is Quarter. And that's going to be an E6. Quarter stops at third. Haig has reached base twice in this game, both via error, but she has put the ball in play. And that's really all that matters for the Seagulls, giving her team opportunities. Olivia Morse, the batter. She grounded out to the third baseman. Swing and a miss, strike 1. The throw down the second, and they are going to not be able to hold on to it. The throw beat the runner easily. But it was a foul tip. Interesting. Great sequence of events that does not count for anything. Props to the catcher, Hernandez. So runners at the corners. Morse in the hole 0-1. Pitch is high, and we'll do it again. The throw down to second, and she's safe there. And trotting home is Quarter with run number 7 for the Seaside Seagulls. It was almost like a replay of the pitch prior. Really good throw by the catcher, Hernandez. Better slide. And that's what the difference in being safer out was. That's why I like working with Paulo Hutchison. Sometimes he picks up some things that are right in front of my eyes that I do not see. Swing, and that is hit past the shortstop. It rolls into center field, circling third, and not stopping there is Haig, and it is an 8-0 Seaside lead. I'll say Mejia is having a lot of problems at shortstop. Tierra Spivey will be the hitter. Spivey digs in. She foul tips the bunt, and now the runner at second is going to advance. Spivey awaits, and that bunt goes backwards. 2 strikes on the hitter, 8-0. Seaside has the lead. Still just 1 out in this inning. And that is hit in the air left field. Going back is Garcia, and that is over the wall. Home run for Tierra Spivey, the first home run of the season for the Seaside Gulls. A blowout. Wow. Home run for Spivey. Clears the wall in left field. More scores, and of course Spivey does as well. And it's a 10-0 advantage. She got all of it. She really did. That's just a sight to see. And right now we're going to have another meeting on the hill. And if you're a pitcher right now, if you are Camila Marquez, you're shaken up a little bit. Not so much just because of the home run, but also just things have not been going well in this inning for you. Ella Brendan is the hitter. Brendan singled in the first inning. To strike, 0-1. We got Leonard here. Leonard walking around. And he will, I say he, the pitch is a strike. Leonard really getting involved in the action. The pitch, and that is a called strike. That is the second strikeout of the game for Marquez. 2 away for Chloe Baker. And this is going to be Kendra Bracey who is going to pinch hit. Bracey batting here in the second inning. And we really can't say enough about Seaside. They look totally different. I mean, they got run ruled last year, consistently coming to Arizona, but so far looks like they might be the one to shorten this game. A very windy day here in Chandler. But I can tell you that the home run that Tierra Spivey just hit was not wind aided. First pitch, and that is looped into shallow right field. That drops in, base hit. Clean single for Kendra Bracey. And the 10th batter of the inning will be Jahara Marshall. Marshall started off this inning with a triple. She has scored a couple of runs. First pitch, swing, a slapper out to the third baseman. Hughes, the throw to first is not in time. Clean single. Marshall never stopped running, and Hughes sort of played that very lackadaisical. Bracey takes second on the play, and here's Grace Walker. Walker 0 for 2 with a run batted in. First pitch is past the pitcher, past the catcher. Bracey to third, Marshall to second. Combination of wild pitches and errors certainly not helping Camila Marquez, along with some timely hitting. That's a bouncing ball back to the pitcher, Marquez. She will step and throw, and the inning is complete. But not before the Seaside Seagulls would score 6 times. It's a 10-0 advantage for the visitors. We'll come back on the Seton Catholic Athletic Network. As you can see the score on your screen, the Seaside Seagulls mean business. Mariana Hernandez will be the batter. 400 average coming in. Carly Cordes set the side down in order. 1-2-3 in the first. Pitch low, 1-0. St. Mary's coming off a 2-1 victory on Tuesday over Marcos de Niza, defeating the Padres. Swing and a miss. These two teams played last year on April 3rd, and it was a one-sided contest. One-sided in the favor of St. Mary's. Shortened to 6 innings. Let's rule the ball. Hernandez digs in, quarter from the circle, the pitch, and that's a strike. Straightaway outfield, normal depth for the infield for Seaside. That's ruled the ball. Hernandez in the cleanup spot. Quarters delivery. That's fouled off, coming our way. St. Mary's about 25 minutes from Seton Catholic High School. 25 minutes to a half hour. Over on North 3rd Street in Phoenix. Bouncing ball that will clear the roof of the third base dugout. As we said, a lot of good things happening here at Seton Catholic High School. Ran into Coach Hinshaw for the first time, the new football coach. Got a tour of the new athletic facility and entertainment facility. Got to chat with my dog Leonard this morning. All of this happening this morning. It's been a busy morning. As we'll see, Hernandez draw the walk, and Aaliyah Coronado will be the courtesy runner. Reese Siridan will be the hitter. She's the first baseman. 348 average. And for St. Mary's, they just want to chip away. They'd love to get a run or two in this inning. Swing, bouncing ball, and that is going to be foul. And I'll even say not only would they like to get a run or two in this inning, they probably need to get a run or two in this inning because the way Seaside is performing offensively, they're probably going to score a few more runs in this game. In the dirt, blocked by the catcher, and taking second on the play is Coronado. So for the first time this morning, St. Mary's has a runner in scoring position. Weird to say this morning, we're used to doing afternoon and evening games. Upstairs. And it might be fair to say this is the earliest I've ever done a live sporting event. I've done radio shows that have started earlier. And that's a strike. And I've done scheduled 9 a.m. basketball and baseball games at various levels. But they started at 9 a.m. This one started at 8:57. I think it's pretty cool. Great way to start the morning. A little bit of softball action from Seton Catholic High School. And that's high. Two and two is the count. 10-0 advantage for Seaside. 4 in the first and 6 in the second. Quarters pitch. Ball 4, so after retiring the side in order in the first, she walks the first 2 Knights here in the second. This brings up Dariana Garcia, the left fielder, batting .395. Espinosa and Garcia having a chat. Garcia standing in the front of the batter's box. The very front. First pitch is a strike, 0-1. Quarters delivery, cut on and miss, strike 2. This year, I believe the softball championships are going to be held at Grand Canyon University. Traditionally, they had been held over at Farrington Stadium on the campus of ASU. And that is a good off-speed pitch that gets Garcia. Third strikeout of the game, first of this inning. And Camila Marquez will be the batter. Marquez the pitcher. Marquez is good with the bat, hitting .407. Quarter trying to lower that average. Swing and a miss. Quarter's gotten a lot of those. She really has had that, do you want to call it a sinker? We consistently hear about the rise ball in softball, but perhaps we'll call it the sinker. Keeping it below the knees. And that's a second strike. She's putting the ball where she wants, just below the knees, and then she'll rise it up. Swing and a miss, strike three. That was a perfect pitch sequence for a quarter. 4 strikeouts, and here's Nika Carveo. Caraveo to the plate. One ball and no strikes, taking third on the play. Stolen base for Coronado. And now the Knights have runners at the corners. And for Quarter, she's trying to concentrate on the batter. The pitch. 1 ball and 1 strike. Glad you could join us this morning. There you see a good shot of the softball field here at Seton Catholic High School. Swing and a miss. Taking second on the play is Seardan. So any traditional force is off the table. But for Quarter, she's not looking for the force. She's looking to put away Caraveo. The pitch. Ball. Umpire has a wide strike zone, which is not necessarily a bad thing. Getting the batters to swing the bat. As long as it's consistent for both teams, it's all good. And that is a called third strike, and the inning is complete. Carly Quarter walked the first 2, but struck out the next 3. We played 2 full, 10-0 Seaside. This is the Seton Catholic Athletic Network. The morning is over for Camila Marquez on the hill or in the circle. Meredith Shager is the new pitcher for the St. Mary's Knights. And going out to play center field is Aaliyah Coronado. First pitch is a ball, 1-0. Hitters 3, 4, and 5 for Seaside here in the visiting third. Carly Corder, the batter. In the dirt. Talking to Coach Chris Corder. Seaside about 2 hours away from the Portland airport. That's looped foul. Very cool that Seton Catholic hosting non-Sentinel sports teams. St. Mary's and Seaside, and then even Monday night, Valley Christian will play this same Seaside team. Wow, look at that pitch. It does not find the zone, but you talk about a gimmick pitch. Corder is a single and a double in this game. Ball 4, so she reaches base 3 times in this contest. More than likely she'll have at least one more at bat, as here's Allie Corder to the plate. Corder walked and scored in the first, doubled and scored in the second. In the dirt, blocked by the catcher, but it's not going to prevent any advancement from Carly Corder. And the aggressiveness continues for the Seagulls. Swing and a miss. You talk about that gimmick pitch. It fooled Corder, and she even has to smile at that. Next pitch in the dirt, skips past the catcher. Carly takes third. Shager twirls the softball in her hands. Deals, swing and a miss. Now, we don't really know what the region specifications are in the state of Oregon, but Seaside is in a 4A region in Oregon. In the dirt, goes between the legs of the catcher, and coming in to score is Carly Corder. She walked and took second, third, and home, respectively, on wild pitches. It's an 11-0 contest. And again, 4A in Oregon does not necessarily equivalent to 4A in Arizona, because they were 4A last year and they had some lesser conferences beat up on them pretty good. But you get on the diamond, anything can happen. That's fouled off. And as we can say, what a difference a year makes. Corder digs in. And she will take ball 4. She's walked twice in this game. We'll see if a courtesy runner comes out for her or not as Mackenzie Haig steps to the plate. Haig officially 0 for 2. She's reached base twice and scored both times. Fouled off, 0-1. Haig steps back in. Pitches in the dirt. They throw down the second, but Quarter is going to stay put. I'll tell you the one thing I do like about girls softball as well. They have fun playing it. Baseball, guys in the dugout, yeah, they'll yell a little bit, but it's a different vibe in a baseball dugout than a softball dugout. I can definitely tell you that. One ball and two strikes. Mackenzie Haig in the box. 11-0. Seaside has the advantage. Swing, and that's hit on the ground to the second baseman, Milstead. The tosser shortstop for one. They almost turned to double play, but they will get the lead runner. So Haig reaches on the fielder's choice, and Quarter eliminated on the 4-6 putout. Really good play by Milstead, fielding it cleanly, letting her momentum take her towards the second base bag for one. And again, Michael Espinosa, the head coach of St. Mary's, chatting with the umpire. In this case, it's the first base umpire. So one out in the inning for Olivia Morse. Morse steps in the batter's box. Meredith Shager in relief of Camila Marquez. First pitch is a strike 0-1. Swing and a miss. Snap throw down the first, not in time. Good throw by Hernandez, however. Sometime you're able to catch that runner napping. Shager takes the pitch outside. We've seen a lot of line drives and hard ground balls. Haven't seen too much in the air hit by either team. There was a home run. Ball in the dirt once again. Basically, the wind has not affected it. It's a windy day this morning. It really is. Umpire flashes 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike three. K number one for Shager. Second out of the inning, and speaking of home runs, here's Tiara Spivey. Spivey got a hold of one, lifted it over the wall in left field. One run in for the Seagulls in this third inning. Nothing and one is the count. Props to all the fans who came out this morning. Some have made the trip from Oregon. You also see a lot of St. Mary's fans. It's a ball. As we said, St. Mary's to Seton Catholic. Half hour, we'll say. Pitch is low. St. Mary's was actually the runner-up in boys basketball this year in the Big Open division. 4A school making it all the way to the state championship. Swing and a miss as Spivey was way out in front. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Spivey at the plate. Haig on first. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and the inning is over. A really good inning for Meredith Shager. A run does score, but we'll move to the last of the third. 11-0 Seaside. This is the Seton Catholic Athletic Network. Last of the third inning, it will be 9-1-2 for St. Mary's. Kimber Milstead will start things off. She's the second baseman for St. Mary's. Her first at bat, whereas there are 7 players for Seaside who've had 3 at bats in this game. Milstead at 3:14, getting some last minute instruction from the skipper, Michael Espinosa. He also serves as the flag football coach for the school. He is a St. Mary's alum. First pitch, bunt rolls off to the left, 0-1. Quarter has struck out 5 in this game. She misses the bunt, 0-2. Really nice morning here in Chandler, Arizona. A lot of action on the campus, even on a Saturday. The pitch, 1 ball and 2 strikes. The official dog of Seton Catholic, Leonard, having a little breakfast. I believe it's bacon bits. Swing, ground ball, foul. And I'll say I have adapted to Leonard because by rule, I am not a dog guy. I just am not. Nothing against him. I've just never really taken the dogs. But there's something about Leonard. Here's the 1-2. Swing, and that's driven to center field, but it is right at Brendan for out number 1. Kimber Milstead hit it well, but Ella Brendan didn't really have to move much. Here's the top of the order, Meredith Shager. Shager is the pitcher now in relief of Camila Marquez. She struck out in the first inning. First pitch is a strike, 0-1. Quarter taking her time in the circle. Off-speed pitch, she had Shager way out in front. We've seen more off-speed pitches these last inning or so between both pitchers than we normally do in a typical softball game. In the dirt. Got a tour of the Seton Catholic Entertainment Center this morning. Really special. Just walking on to Karen Self Court, that's going to be special right there, let alone a dedicated wrestling room, bouncing ball, and that's foul. Athletic trainer facilities all within this building. State-of-the-art locker rooms, weight room, all of that. It's going to be something really special, folks. The pitch, swing and a miss. Good stop by the catcher, but that will be a 2-3 put out. She did that with ease. She being Meredith Haig, Mackenzie Haig. The ball was in the dirt. It was a swing and a miss. Threw down the threw down the first for the put out. 2 gone, and this brings up Annalisa Mejia. Mejia lined out to second base in the first inning. Righty to lefty. Fastball is up 1-0. Quarters toss. And that finds the zone. 1 ball and 1 strike. The last time we saw Carly Quarters, she was suffering a loss to Seton Catholic, but she's been in complete control of St. Mary's tonight. Or this morning, we'll say. 2 balls and 1 strike. That's a strike in the zone. She mixes her pitches well. And more so at this stage, it's not about having the curveball or that extra riser. It's about the location. She places the ball very, very well. 2-2 in the dirt, 3 balls and 2 strikes. The wind continues to blow here at Seton Catholic High School. That's fouled off. In the background, you can probably hear the cheers coming out of the St. Mary's dugout. It's a big part of girls softball, it really is. Swing, and that's popped up foul off on the left and out of play. For St. Mary's, as we said, 10 wins and 9 losses. Their last winning record, it's been a while. 2019, you have to go back to find the last time that they had a winning campaign. Michael Espinosa looking to change that. Swing, and that is stroked into right field. That's a base hit. Morris up with it. Clean single for Mejia. And actually, that is the very first hit of the game for St. Mary's. And the batter will be Emily Hughes. Hughes struck out to end the first inning. She was caught looking. Third baseman. First pitch is high, 1 ball and no strikes. Emily Hughes awaits the pitch from Quarter. Swing, and that's lined into right center field. That's a base hit. That will roll to the wall. Circling second is Mejia. She's not stopping there. She's going to come around to score. That's an RBI double for Emily Hughes. And the Knights are on the scoreboard. It's now an 11-1 contest. But that's how you chip away. That's how you get into the game. And because these fields are so small, these fields being a softball field, a standard field, a line drive or a hard ground ball not only gets past the infielder, but it can roll to the outfield wall. Sophia Levian will be the hitter. Sophia Levian getting her first at bat in this contest. Quarters delivery. Bouncing ball out to the third baseman. Spivey throws to first, and the inning is complete. 5-3 put out, but in the inning, the Knights do score a run on 2 hits, no errors. There was 1 left. We played 3 full, 11-1 Seaside. This is the Seton Catholic Athletic Network. Ella Brendan, Chloe Baker, and Jahara Marshall, the first 3 hitters due up as we play the visiting 4th inning. The Seaside Seagulls have an 11-1 advantage. Ella Brendan singled in the first and struck out in the second. Seaside 4 runs in the first, 6 in the second, and a run in the 3rd inning. We said Camilla Marquez started. Meredith Shager on the hill. First pitch, swing and a miss. Shager looks in at the dugout, making sure she's in a rhythm with the skipper and, of course, the catcher. The pitch. 1 ball and 1 strike. I'll say that slow pitch looks so appealing if you're a hitter. But you also have to be disciplined to lay off of it when necessary. 1-1. Bouncing ball, and that will sneak through the middle of the infield. Base hit. Single for Brendan, excuse me. Leadoff man aboard, and this will bring up Chloe Baker. Baker, the left fielder for Chris Corder's Seagulls. Misses the bunt, 0-1. And while I realize the bunt is important, I think swinging the bat is even more important. Just as you go over the course of the season, you're probably going to win more games because of line drives and effective hitting than laying down a bunt. 2 strikes on the hitter. And also, if you're not effective with the bunt, doesn't quite have that same rhythm to it. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Gets away from the catcher. The throw down the second, not in time. And they will eliminate the base runner. Ball was in the dirt. And this will bring up Jahara Marshall. So it'll go as a strikeout, with Burden taking second on the steal. Marshall 3 for 3. Jahara Marshall, 2 singles and a triple. Swing, she strokes that over the head of the shortstop into left field. Stopping at third. No, she's not stopping at third. There could be a play at the plate, but that's too high. Taking third is Marshall. As Ella Brendan scores to make it 12-1. RBI single from Marshall. Takes third on the, guess you got to give the outfielder an error, or the fielder an error on the throw. Either way, Seaside still in control, 12-1. This is Grace Walker. 0 for 3 with a run batted in. That's a foul ball. Now, I'm going to be somewhat critical. I usually am not. There's no reason to try to bunt that ball that's basically above your head. You simply take it. Shager ready to deal. Swing, and that's stroked into left field. Single, RBI single at that. Grace Walker picking up her second run batted in of the game as Marshall trots home. Seaside boosting the lead to now 13-1. And this is where things truly can be dangerous. You've got the Quarter sisters coming up, as well as Mackenzie Haig. Carly Quarter has scored 3 runs in this game, and she collects another base hit. That's to center field. Center fielder Coronado boots the baseball, and all hands will move up another 60 feet. Quarter with her 3rd hit of the game. Walker taking 3rd on the E8, as does Quarter. And now Allie Quarter is the hitter. And that's where things start to get messy for St. Mary's. Clean single to center, but you allow an extra base. Swing, and that's hit in the air, shallow center. That's going to drop in. One run is in, and stopping at third will be Walker, but taking second on the play is Allie Quarter. RBI single, and the lead is now up to 14-1. So now you have the Quarter sisters on base. Haig at the plate. 3 runs already in. First pitch is up. Haig 0 for 3. Scored a couple of runs. She has a stolen base. Swing and a miss. Pulled the back foot a little bit. Just 1 out in the inning so far. And it gets past the catcher. Streaking home is Carly Quarter with the 15th run of the game for the Seaside Seagulls. Allie Quarter moves up to third. And it's fair to say if someone would have told us that it's a 15-1 game in the 4th inning, one would have initially thought it would be St. Mary's with that type of lead. This is their 20th game of the season. Seaside has played less than 5. Haig fouls it off. Pitcher deals. That's a strike. So Haig will go down on strike. Second K of the frame for Shager. Olivia Morse is the hitter. Plate umpire and the base umpire getting in sync. Morse 0 for 3. That's a strike, 0-1. The one thing that I do believe we can expect is to see this Seaside team come back here next year. In talking with Chris Quarter, the head coach for the Seagulls, and Jim Shoebridge, the athletic director here at Seton Catholic, they both agreed, hey, you know what? About 2 weeks, the next 2-year block will come out, and we can start to figure some scheduling. I think it's great. I think it's really good. Arizona truly is a destination place. The pitch. It's a ball. There was some action in the St. Mary's bullpen. Not sure if we'll see a new pitcher or not in the next frame. In the dirt between the legs of the catcher, but Allie Quarter is going to stay put. Morris is actually the only hitter in the lineup who does not have a base hit. That won't change at this at bat, but she will reach base. And this is the 9th batter of the inning to step to the plate, and that's Tierra Spivey. She's walked, hit a 2-run homer, and struck out. Plate umpire once again will dust off the dish. We're seeing that a little bit more than usual because of the high wind factor this morning. Swing, and that's hit in the air center field. Coronado under it, makes the catch, and the inning is complete. But once again, Seaside strikes, this time for a total of 1, 2, 3, 4 runs in this frame. We'll move to the last of the fourth, 15-1. Seagulls have the lead. This is the Seton Catholic Athletic Network. Caitlin Murphy will begin things here in the home fourth inning. Murphy's first plate appearance of the game, facing Carly Corder. 15-1, Seaside has the advantage. The visiting Seagulls. First pitch, 1 ball and no strikes. Corder in the circle. She has been in full command of these St. Mary's Knights all game long. Slow bouncing ball fielded by Corder, but it's foul. 1 ball and 1 strike. One. Swing and a miss, 1-2. For St. Mary's, it's been a little bit since they've been in the postseason. Last playoff game, April 29th of 2017. They lost 6-1 against Cactus Shadows. Corder winds and deals. Swing, bouncing ball, foul. And because these Seagulls will be in town for a few days, I'm definitely going to chat a little bit more with head coach Chris Corder and ask him what the difference is between last year and this year. Seems like a brand new team. Swing, and that's hit hard to the first baseman, but past her into shallow right field. And let's give that a leadoff single for Murphy. Hit very hard. Yes, it was between the legs of the first baseman. Probably should have had it, but at the same time, we'll give the Knights a hit on that. The batter will be Destiny Aguirre. Aguirre will look at the pitch, sail to the backstop. So the wild pitch allows Murphy to take second. Pitcher fouls it off. Pitcher deals, batter fouls it off. Destiny Aguirre awaits the pitch. 2 balls and 1 strike. That's a slow bouncing ball out to the first baseman quarter. The flip to the covering second baseman Morris. Plenty of time. 3-4 put out with Murphy taking third. That's good heads-up defensive play. Second baseman Morris knew that she had to get over there. Ball was hit on the right side. This brings up Aaliyah Coronado. Coronado looks at the first pitch, high, 1-0. Coronado getting her first at-bat in this game. She did appear earlier as a courtesy runner. That's a strike. The 1-1. Swing, and she hits it well to right field. That drops in. That's a base hit. That will scamper to the wall. Murphy scores easily. Coronado circles second, and she will head to third with a stand-up RBI triple. And the Knights get their second run of the game. It's a 15-2 contest. Rayella Navarro is the batter. So truly Coach Espinosa emptying the bench, so to speak, letting everyone get an at-bat. That's a strike. That's in there. St. Mary's has their chance down pat. They really do. Swing and a miss, strike 3, but it's not held on by the catcher. And Navarro will reach first base. So it's a strikeout, but the wild pitch / pass ball allows her to reach base. Nika Caraveo will be the pinch runner, the re-entry rule. Kimber Milstead is the hitter. Pitch is high, and taking second on that play will be Caraveo. Pitch is upstairs. 2 balls and no strikes. Knights with a mini threat very late. Outside. And for the Seagulls, they can afford to give up a run for an out. They're up by that many. That's a strike. twirling the baseball. The softball is quarter. Ball 4. Coming in to score is Coronado. It's a 15-3 game. And now everybody advances more or less 2 bases. Coronado is in. Meredith Shager, the hitter. And that is going to drop into left field, base hit. 1 run is in, and they are going to have just the 1 run. It's a 15-4 contest. St. Mary's truly waking up late. RBI single. Annalisa Mejia is the batter, 1 for 2. Singleton scored. One ball and no strikes, jogging down to second. Is Shager. That's high. And if you're quarter, you just have to go after the batters right now. If they hit you, but you do not want to start giving them extra opportunities with the walks. Also, your defense has to play crisp defense. You've got to feel the ball properly. You got to throw it to the proper base. Two balls and 2 strikes. Upstairs, and the count runs full. Quarter delivers. Swing and a miss, strike 3. That's a big strikeout for Quarter. That's her first strikeout since the 3rd inning. The second batter of the 3rd inning. She's got 7 in this one. And Emily Hughes is the batter. Hughes looks at a strike. Swing and a miss, and that gets past the catcher, trotting home with another run is Kimber Milstead. It's a 15-5 game. Quarter's pitch. Called strike 3, and the inning is over. Quarter is credited with 10 strikeouts. We've played a full 4 innings, 15-5. It's a 10-run lead for Seaside. Come on back on the Seton Catholic Athletic Network. Ella Brendan will begin things here in the visiting 5th inning. 15-5 lead for the Seaside Seagulls. Ella Brendan delivered a single in the 1st inning, struck out in the 2nd, and singled in the 4th. Center fielder for Seaside. Looks at the first pitch for a strike. Shager deals, swing, and it's a foul ball. St. Mary's fell down early. They were down 11-0, but they have battled back to keep it somewhat competitive. Still, it's a big hole for them to overcome. One, two. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Picking up her 3rd strikeout of the game is Shager. And the batter is Chloe Baker. Baker 0 for 2. That off-speed pitch is fooling everyone. Shager gets it a swing and miss. Shager lines one foul. 0-2. Windy morning here in Arizona. Early morning, early wake-up call for Seaside, but the Seagulls have indeed responded to the bell. They came out swinging, 4 runs in the 1st and 6 in the 2nd. Slow ground ball, 3rd baseman will field and throw on the 1st for out number 1. Dariana Garcia now at 3rd base. 2 gone for Jahara Marshall. Marshall is 4 for 4. 3 singles and a triple. The pitch. Ball 1-0. In the dirt, 2 balls and no strikes. Marshall in the front of the batter's box. Righty to the lefty. In the dirt once again, 2 balls and 1 strike. Actually, 3 balls and no strikes. Ball 4, Marshall continues to reach base. That's why she's in that leadoff spot. She knows how to get on, and this brings up Grace Walker. Walker 1 for 4, 2 runs batted in with a run scored. And that's fouled off. That will loop into the screen. 0-1. Off day for both teams tomorrow. Seaside will play a doubleheader here on Monday. 3:30 start against your Seton Catholic Sentinels and a 6 o'clock start against Valley Christian. That's fouled into the mid of the catcher. 0-2. For St. Mary's, they're back in action on Monday with a road game over at Arcadia. They'll take on the Titans. The pitch. Fouled off. Walker digs in. Off-speed pitch is low. Taking second on the play is Marshall. And because of the run rule, the Seagulls would love to tack on a run here in this frame. She thought about pulling the trigger, but she holds up. Run rule is if you're up by 10 runs or more after 5 innings, the game's over. And that's fouled off once again. The Seaside Gulls truly in uniform. Pinstripe pants, light blue tops, all the way around, and that's looped foul. Grace Walker battling the pitcher, Meredith Shager. Swing and a miss, strike 3, inning complete. 4 strikeouts for Shager. No runs, no hits, no errors, 1 left. Move to the last of the 5th. 15-5 is your score. The Seagulls on top on the Seton Catholic Athletic Network. St. Mary's Knights backs against the wall. Sophia Levian will be the hitter. Last of the 5th inning, the Knights trailing 15-5, and we are in the 5th inning, meaning they have to push across a run in this frame or else the game is over. First pitch is a strike. Both teams have reason to want to be successful in this frame. 0-1 is popped up, giving chase is Quarter and Haig. 2 strikes on the hitter. If no runs score, Seaside is your winner in this inning. If the Knights score 1 or more, we'll play a 6th inning. The pitch. Swing, ground ball into left field, base hit for Levian. St. Mary's starts things off with a single. Reese Seardan is the hitter. Seardan, the first baseman for the St. Mary's Knights. The pitch. It's a strike to throw down the first. Not in time. Seardan looks down at the third base coach / head coach, Michael Espinosa. She waits the 0-1. Swing, and that is stroked into left center field. That will roll to the wall. Circling second, and she's not stopping at third is Seardan. That's an RBI double for Reese Seardan, and it's a 15-6 game. Destiny Aguirre is the batter. Runner at second with no one out. Swing and a miss, 0-1. Pitcher deals, and that's a wild pitch. Taking third will be Seardan. And that's a tough thing when you get these big leads. That 10 is always that hovering point. Sometime mentally you let up. Fastball is up. The pitch. It's a ball. The Knights have scored in every inning. 3, 4, and 5 now. But it was the Seagulls who set the tone in the first 2 innings. Seardan at third. Nobody out, a run already in. Swing, and that is hit on one bounce past the second baseman. Single for Destiny Aguirre, and it is a 15-7 game. Excuse me, is Dariana Garcia with the RBI single. And now Aaliyah Coronado is the hitter. Coronado struck out in the second. She delivered an RBI triple in the fourth. It's a strike 0-1. The big thing right now, no one's out. It's a strike. The throw down the second is not in time. Stolen base for Garcia. And the Knights refuse to let this one go. Fouled off. Quarter ahead of the hitter, 2 strikes. She's looking for the first out of the inning. She does not get it on that pitch. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Swing, and that's hit very high in the air. Center fielder Brendan calls for it. She squeezes it. It almost popped out, but that is the first out of the inning. 1 gone, and Nika Carveo is the hitter. Carveo steps to the plate. The pitch, bunted foul, 0-1. Both teams battling in their own right. The Knights were down early, but they never gave up, which is why we're still playing. And now Chris Corder goes out to have a talk with his pitcher and the entire infield. The outfield will converge as well, but there you see the head coach basically telling his team, hey, let's get it done. Let's get some outs. We're up by plenty. Yes, we wanted to put them away early, but that's not happening right now. But at the same time, all right, hey, you struck out the last batter. Let's get these next 2. We can afford to give up a run for an out. Carveo steps back in after a couple of practice swings. Corner infielders are in, Spivey and Corder. First pitch, it is bunted foul. I said first pitch, second pitch. So the count is 0-2. Carveo steps back in. Corder kicks and deals. That's called strike. 11th strikeout of the game for Corder. 2 gone. And this should be Kimber Milstead. Milstead, the second baseman. Walked and scored. She's also flied to center. Corder twirls the softball off the glove of the catcher. Taking third is Destiny Garcia. And to a certain extent, not all of these are wild pitches. Some of them are pass balls. In the dirt. Carly Corder deals. Swing, and that's hit in the air right field. Coming on is Morris for the final out of the inning. But in that frame, there were a couple of runs on a total of 3 hits, no errors, and there was 1 left. We played 5 full, 15-7 Seagulls. This is the Seton Catholic Athletic Network. 15-7 contest. The Seagulls did not score any runs in that 5th inning. They were trying to put the Knights away, but they'll take an 8-run lead as we move to the top half of the 6th inning. Hitters 3, 4, and 5. Carly Corder, Allie Corder, and Mackenzie Haig. First 3 to face Meredith Shager. One ball and no strikes. Carly Corder 3 for 3 in this one with a walk. She scored 4 runs. She hits in that 3-hole for a reason. Two balls and no strikes. Next pitch, hit in the air right field. Caraveo coming in, cannot make the catch, and heading for second, but she's going to be a dead duck. Wow, slid under the tag. Interesting call by the umpire, but he's a lot closer to it than I was. The ball beat her there by plenty, but she slid under the tag. They're saying Mejia tagged her a little bit too high, and now the plate umpire, the base umpire even explaining to the shortstop what she did. And Allie Corder will be the hitter. But for the Seagulls, that's what they wanted, getting a runner on early, scoring position. 0-1, foul ball. Plate umpire called that foul immediately. Upstairs, 1 ball and 1 strike. The pitch, low, 2 balls and 1 strike. Shager deals to Corder. Swing, and that's stroked into the glove of the second baseman, and they are going to double up Carly Corder as well. Wow. Terrifically turned double play. And Mackenzie Haig will be the batter. Pitches in the dirt, 1 ball and no strikes. And if you're Michael Espinosa, you really have to like the way that that double play was turned. Haig in the hole. She's 0 for 4 today. The pitch, low. Shager's toss, rolls in the dirt. Seaside on top by 8. Turning a nifty double play right there. Haig bounces one out to the third baseman, but it's off the glove of Garcia. Rolls into left field. And that is going to be probably an E5 technically. She's put the ball in play every time that she's been to the plate except once. Right now we see Chris Corder chatting with the plate umpire. Might be some type of substitution. And it looks like we are going to have a courtesy runner. Olive Edwards is going to be the runner. Haig, the catcher, she'll come out. Olivia Morse, the hitter. Now the plate umpire going over to inform the skipper, Michael Espinoza, of what's happening. Infield is going to take this time to figure some things out. Now, what I will say, I was joking around earlier, this is the earliest start time I've ever had for a live sporting event. This might be the longest softball game I've ever done because first pitch was at 8:57 and we're at 2:10 now. And the way things are going, this is going to be a full 7-inning game. So I'd say have a seat, enjoy. See what these young ladies can do. Can Seaside open some things up, or will St. Mary's come up with a couple of base hits and maybe perhaps they reach double digits? And I realize this is also a interstate game, so to speak, because as I look at the scoreboard, the scorecard, Oregon School Athletic Association. It's obviously a little bit different than the AIA, so there's perhaps some different rules, but it seems like every last substitution has to be verified and talked over and discussed with the umpires, where when you normally see a typical high school game within state, Arizona, I would imagine included, okay, it's stated that it's a courtesy runner and you get the idea. As we see Khalil Marshall, she's going to jog out and now be the courtesy runner at first, not Edwards. So we're seeing a lot of substitutions here. But the one thing we can tell you, Olivia Morse is the batter. And the plate umpire also doesn't seem like he's in too much of a hurry to get this going either. Moore steps in, runner at first. Shager is still the pitcher. 1 ball and no strikes. Shager deals. Swing, and that's hit on one bounce out to the second baseman, and they will get the force play. 4-6 is the way to score that. No runs, 1 hit, 1 error, 1 man left. We'll move to the last of the 6, 15-7 Seagulls. This is the Seton Catholic Athletic Network. New pitcher, but same last name. It'll be Allie Quarter in the circle for the Seaside Seagulls. Meredith Shager, the pitcher for St. Mary's. She's the batter. 1 for 3. Pitches inside, and let's see, it appears that still Spivey at third, but the shortstop now is Carly Quarter. Second baseman is Jahara Marshall. She moves over from short to second. Swing, and that is going to loop in. Base hit for Meredith Shager. Leadoff single for the St. Mary's Knights. So the Knights certainly came to play today. Grace Walker is the first baseman. Whole new infield. Everything has shifted a little bit. Now we're waiting on the next hitter. Not sure what some of the pace of play in this game has definitely been odd. Seems like the umpire said there's one down, but Shager was the first batter of the inning. So I'm not sure exactly what's happening as we've got Emily Hughes, the batter. Its first pitch is a strike. And evidently Mejia has been called out for whatever reason, the person in that two hole. And I'll stand by what I just said. The pace of play has just been very odd for this particular contest. Hughes 1 for 3, RBI double in the third inning. Pitch is a called strike. The throw down the second is not in time. I'll even say the umpire called her safe before she even reached the base. This has been interesting. It really has been. Because suppose she overslides the base. Hughes in the box. Pitches inside. As we said, Allie Quarter is in for Carly Quarter. Carly Quarter went the first 5 innings. Swing, bouncing ball back to Quarter. She steps and throws to Kelly for out number 2. Two away. And the batter here will be Sophia Levian. Levian singled and scored in the 5th inning. Sophia settles in. One ball and no strikes. The pitch. That's a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike. The goals scored early, but St. Mary's has come back to make this a very competitive game. Second strike of the at-bat. This game much different last year. 16-3 was the final. St. Mary's over Seaside. This time around, 15-7, and we're still going. It's another ball. And that is hit into center field. RBI single for Levian. It's a 15-8 game. Trotting home is Shager. very quietly, they just hung around. For a while, it looked like this game could end in 4 innings. Then one thought, okay, maybe 5. This is going to go to full 7. Popped up. Mackenzie Haig will make the catch for the final out of the inning. But St. Mary's continues to hang around as they push across a run. We've played 6 full, 15-7. Seaside has the advantage. This is the Seton Catholic Athletic Network. Welcome back to Seton Catholic High School, where this game has officially ended after 6 innings. Your final score is 15-8, and these Seagulls are winners, as we truly thought that this would go the full 7 innings because it's not a run rule scenario, but this game has been stopped. The umpires called ball game. I believe the 2 managers have agreed 6 innings is complete. Again, not sure if this is because of interstate rules or anything of that nature, but your final score is 15-8. The Seaside Gulls picking up the victory, and for St. Mary's, they fall to 10-10 on the year. And what's pretty cool is they're all taking a picture together at home plate. And in the end, yes, these 2 teams are about competition, playing against one another, and truly just learning about one another's cultures. What girls do in Arizona a little bit different than Oregon. The weather's different. The interests are a little bit different, but good for these young ladies putting on a show. 15-8 is your final. Seaside defeats St. Mary's. Special thanks, as always, to Paula Hutchinson. My name is Brett Quintine saying good morning from Seton Catholic High School in Chandler, Arizona.